The state of Wisconsin created the country's first private school voucher program back in 1990. This fall, the controversial program will expand as part of Governor Walker's new budget. Lisa joins us now with a look at how the expansion could impact our local school districts.
Mike, in September, the school voucher program in our state will be expanded in Milwaukee, and a new program will begin in Racine. The voucher program allows a student to attend a private school, and the state will write a $6,400 check to that school. The governor says he has no plans to extend the program outside of these two school districts. Tonight, we'll find out why the governor is only implementing the program in that area and how the governor says our schools could be financially impacted. Beginning this fall, 65% of Milwaukee families will now be eligible to take part in the district's school voucher program. The expanded program removes the cap on the number of Milwaukee students eligible, which is based on their family's income, and starts up a new program in Racine. The voucher program allows students in those districts to attend a private school using public funding. The voucher is worth $6,400 and will be paid by the state directly to the school of the family's choice. But some people question the constitutionality of this practice. Public dollars in a religious private school. Is that allowed? How can that happen?
Sure. Same reason why the GI Bill allows you to go to University of La Crosse, or it allows you to go to Marquette University. For an educational purpose, as long as it's accessible to anyone, which it is, it applies.
Some educators believe this issue will continue to be challenged across the country.
I think what's been tested nationally, state by state, and I think for a long time to come it's going to be tested state by state, and that's going to be the constitutionality of that, especially if those public dollars are being used to defray expenses for private and or religious schools. And I know this is not a new, it's not a new battleground in politics, and I think it'll continue to be one state by state down the road.
In Wisconsin, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the Milwaukee school voucher program in 1998. So some experts don't expect the program's expansion to be challenged in a courtroom. As a result, plans for the voucher program will continue to move forward, and Governor Walker says the program will benefit every school district.
In Milwaukee's case, they're spending about $15,000 per pupil. The state's subsidizing a good chunk of that. So as the family that opts for the choice school takes the voucher and goes there, that's that much less that the state has to pay that they otherwise would pay to the Milwaukee public school system. That money goes back into the rest of the school aid formula. And so that's more money to be distributed around to other schools around the state.
Certainly, it sounds like there's validity to that financial argument that this cost minus this cost equals a savings. But I think part of what misses the point here is that the cost to educate every child is not the same, and every student that comes to us has different needs, different situations, and for some students there are significant costs to support that student's education.
And while there is still a fear among some educators that the school voucher system could be expanded to other parts of the state, Governor Walker says he has no intention of stretching the program beyond Milwaukee and Racine.
You get to a smaller school district, if there's a bunch of kids that leave, they're not able to account for those dollars, they still have the same overhead. That's why we're not looking to expand in other places.
Certainly that makes me feel better that hopefully they're being very thoughtful about how they would go forward with this, because absolutely I think all of our schools and our school districts need to be held accountable. And I would want to make sure that whatever provisions are in place for private charter schools or places that students are bringing their vouchers, that they can be held accountable to the same standards that our public schools are.
And as they move forward, the governor says the school voucher system in the state's southeast corner will impact the entire state.
Long term, we improve the quality of education, particularly in those low-income areas, whether it's at a choice school or by improving the public schools. Long term, that means less cost when it comes to the economy, less cost when it comes to social services. That's a benefit to the whole state.
To help measure whether or not education is improving across the state, Governor Walker and the state school superintendent are working together to create a new accountability system.
And that proposal was announced last week and would focus on the performance of both school districts and individual educators. The governor says the specifics are still being worked out.